Always glad that you make time to join us right here on KBC Channel 1. And this is Business Insight. My name is Ronald Owili. So the banking sector has been undergoing some reforms over the past 2 years, as well as some challenges. Tonight we talk matters financials, and joining me is Samuel Kimani, Chief Executive Officer of Jamii Bora Bank. Kimani.
Thank you, Ronald.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Right.
Yes.
Let's begin. Over the past 2 years, of course, we've seen what the regulator has done to the banking sector. It's tweaked some laws. What do you make of the banking sector currently?
Thank you, Ronald. Yes, the banking sector did go through through some challenges last year. We had some shocks in the market with maybe 2 banks from 2015 to 2016. A number of banks went under, and also we had the interest rate caps. But overall, I would say that the banking sector in Kenya is quite healthy. I would say that it is stronger now, having gone through those turbulent times. As they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I would say that today we have a healthier banking sector than we had before.
Let's revisit the issue of interest rates.
Yes.
And it's not something that you welcome entirely as the banking sector.
Yeah.
But now it is operational, and we've seen interest income come down significantly from Tier 1, Tier 2, and maybe the lower tier banks.
Yeah.
How far has that affected banks, Tier 2 banks such as you?
Yes, banking, Ronald, is a business of pricing risk. That's our business. And what we do is we take customers' deposits and pay for those deposits, then we lend that money. The act of lending is about pricing the risk. So you look at who you are lending to, and you price that risk and lend them money at that rate. And because you are in business, you want to make a return, to pay your depositors, to pay for your operating expenses, and to pay your shareholders because they have given you capital. And therefore, the problem comes when you then regulate on the interest rate, and those other factors are left to the free market. Then it's a real challenge. So, for example, if I price your risk at 15% and the law says I should lend you at 14, then I will not lend to you.
So how do you move forward? Do you think the law should be as it is, or it needs some review?
Yeah, there definitely needs to be some review of that law. Personally, I do not advocate for very high interest rates, because those also have got an impact in terms of how people do business and affordability. But really the issue of capping it at what it is today will not work. So there needs to be some discussions with all stakeholders, and some middle ground needs to be found.
But do you think that in turn has an effect on the overall growth of the economy? Because if you can't keep the manufacturing sector, real estate, personal loans, where does that place Kenya?
Yes, there has been definitely there has been reduction in lending to what you may call the productive sector, that is especially the lower end SMEs, and that is where our bank, Jamii Bora, plays. And because really sometimes it's not possible to lend them at the 14%.
And the introduction of interest rate has also seen banks, try to diversify their income stream. I don't know, as Jamii Bora Bank, what position are you in regards to, diversification?
As Jamii Bora, we have now a leasing company which allows our SME customers be able to acquire assets which previously they would have had to get a loan to buy. So today they can lease them and pay a rental.
Are you well capitalized to continue with diversification of your income streams?
Yes, I think we are very well capitalized as a bank. We have got 3.5 billion shillings of total capital. In the last 3 years, we have been able to raise about 2 billion shillings of additional capital. We did a bond in 2013, which was oversubscribed, a corporate bond of 1 billion shillings. In the last 2 years, we have been able to raise about 1.2 billion shillings of debt, long-term debt. So we are very well capitalized, and we are still looking for more capital.
Yeah, tell me about your rights issue.
Yes, we are currently running a rights issue, 500 million shillings, a rights issue. As you know, this is where you go to our existing shareholders to invest more in the bank, 500 million shillings. Our significant shareholders will have already committed to take up about 70% of that rights issue.
The law has also forced banks to sort of reduce their operational expenses, and as a result, we've seen job cuts. As Jamii Bora Bank, is this something you're also looking towards?
No, we have not had any redundancy programs. We are a growing bank, so in fact what we have been doing is hiring.
Right. Samuel Kimani, thank you very much for hosting us.
Thank you, Ronald.
Right. Samuel Kimani, Chief Executive Officer of Jamii Bora Bank, giving us an insight of how banks are positioning themselves going into the future given the new laws that are in place. Business Insight continues. My name is Ronald Owili.